We're headed to UTA and we have Texas State, so it's going to be a good week for us. This last week we finished up 1-1 against Nichols and Southeastern. Our kids are playing hard. You know, we're getting there. It's just a process with a young team right now. So we're just pushing to get it going, and things are rolling well with conference. So it's wide open right now still. So anybody have any questions?
Talk about a young team. You go 5 on Thursday or Wednesday, and kill with the loss of Nichols. How did that transcribe into the blowout of Southeastern on Saturday?
I think it meant a little fire under their butts a little bit and got them going. You know, it was very good of the team. You know, it showed some maturity as well with the capability to lose that game and then bounce back a day later and just kind of stomp on a team. I think it's a good confidence booster as well for our team. Any other questions?
In between the Nichols and Southeastern game last week, the performance of the players really changed within the space of one game. When that happened, what areas of the on-court performance did you see that improve?
I believe we saw that in our defense. That was a big side of it. In our middles, we got a little bit more performance out of our middles and our defense, and that was huge. We hadn't been getting that out of those two in the last, in the last couple of weeks. So that was a big difference for us right there.
Okay. Yeah, we have our invitational this weekend. We're looking forward to it. Looked at the computer just before, just kind of see how the high school entries are stacking up. We have 8 teams coming for the college invitational. Pretty much all the teams in the state, except for well, all the Division I teams in the state, except for about 2 or 3. We got LSU coming on over again. They came last year. Tulane, men and women, Nichols State, Southern University, Southern New Orleans, Southeastern, UL Lafayette. Will all be here as well. So looking forward to a nice meet. We kick it off with the fun run open to the general public at 8 a.m. Then the college women will come next, followed by college men. We have a little intermission. We got the Power folks. They're going to jump in, and then we have the high school varsity girls race around 10 o'clock, followed by the boys varsity. We have the JV, middle school, and elementary races. So something for the whole family. Out there on at the Enos Dearborn Sports Complex at Lake Street on Saturday morning. This past weekend we had a pretty good pre-conference meet. About 7 of the schools were there for the conference, and our ladies were 2nd overall. I didn't actually go back and look, but it's the first time since I've been here that we actually beat Stephen F. Austin, and they're the defending conference champions. I think they finished 4th in the meet. So that was nice for the girls to get that under their belt and going into the conference meet in about a month's time. So our men were 4th. We're still trying to find the identity there. We got a couple young men down the backside of it, and they're just kind of coming into their own. Hopefully we'll get them right before conference. But the men were led by Alex Bruce Littlewood. I mentioned him last time. I'll mention him again. He's going to be a good one here come conference time, and he should be competing for the conference honors individually. Vanilla Ross has really developed. This is her 3rd year with us now. She was a 22nd in the conference meet last year. Right now, she's probably one of the top 5 or 6, I think, in the conference. Followed closely behind her was Amy Talbot. Vanilla was 2nd, Amy was 4th, and then the rest of the freshmen were behind them in a nice pack there. So really looking forward to this weekend and how the rest of the season goes. It's as quick as it comes. It goes really quick for us. We have about a month left before conference here. So, any questions?
Hey, all, this afternoon. This week we will open up our conference season. So our non-conference play is behind us. We will play on Sunday against Lamar. We'll play at 1 o'clock. Normally it's a 2-game set or Friday, Sunday type rotation on the weekend. But with Lamar as our travel partners, we open up with them. So we'll have only 1 game this weekend, and that'll be on Sunday here at home at 1 o'clock. So you wake up on, I guess, on Monday going into conference. That means you go back to 0-0. But I thought we had a really good non-conference showing. I think we did what we wanted to do with our schedule in terms of playing a variety of different teams. We challenged ourselves with some opponents. We played some opponents that are going to be very similar to our conference as well. And I think, again, I thought overall what I was most impressed with our group is each time they stepped out on the field, they They did get better, they did improve, they competed the way the game is supposed to be played better as well. So I think if we look at things just in general, I think we were 3-1 at home, which is important, especially as you're going into conference play. You win your home games, that gives you a chance. You do well on the road, that gives you a better chance to compete and win the league. And I thought we also did well on the road this non-conference season. We had a couple wins on the road, we had a couple tight games on the road. So I think our team is in good position to compete and make a good run for the conference title. We lead the league in shutouts with 4. I think Casey Reed leads the league with as an individual goalkeeper with 3 complete game shutouts. John in Germany and is in the top 10 in goal scoring and points, and I believe Sarah Lane is also ranked in the top 10 in terms of assists. So, but I think we've got good depth, which is important for success. We have a lot of versatility. I think that was shown on Sunday. We beat Texas Southern 8-0. I think 7 different players scored in the first half. So that was good to see. So like I said, I think we have a really good foundation to make a conference run. I don't know that there's a favorite in our league right now, but I do, what we tell our kids is the only one that matters is the team you have on your schedule next, because that's going to be the most important one. So we're getting ready for Lamar, and we're excited about opening conference at home. Any questions? All right, thank you.
Okay. Well, wait, go.
Yes, we do open. Official day of practice is Sunday, October 2nd. And I think this is year 2, right? Year 2 of this early start. But we're allowed to start now 40 days before our first game. And October 2nd is 40 days before. And of course, we have 30 of those 40 to have full practice. So we're excited about getting going. We've had a really strong preseason this morning. We had our last team workout before official day of practice on Sunday, and everything's been going really well. That's all I have, Mr. Bonnet. Any questions?
Still, would you like to give me 3 minutes?
5 o'clock. We're going to start at 5 o'clock. We'll probably go right at 5 in Memorial Gym.
I know it's hard to compare one preseason from another, but how would you compare, if you could, last year's preseason, how you felt about that team and this preseason?
It's real different. I mean, we're without, I think, two of our best leaders, Neisha Anderson and Kiara Johnson, who are our seniors this past year, and I think we're just trying to find our way every day. I think we've worked really hard. I mean, I really like our intensity, and I really like our work ethic. I like where we are right now. Other than that, I don't really know. I like the things that we're doing on the court, and I think we're in a good place.
Brooks, I'm by no means stalking your girls or anything, but I've seen them in 3 different situations where I saw 5, 6, or 7 of them together in the last, say, 2 months. Is that a positive carryover that they're continuing to form that camaraderie and stick together and this kind of a thing?
Oh, no question. No question. I think, certainly with girls, I feel it's so important, how you, can gel off the court, certainly plays a big part in how you gel on. And I think that's one thing, I think last year we saw a big difference. Everybody got along really well, and that has certainly carried over. We have a group of young ladies that just really enjoy each other and enjoy playing with each other, enjoy hanging out with each other, and I think that's going to make a difference, down the road.
Brooks, last year you were at the podium and you told us about this time of year, about a year ago now, that you were going to run an upbeat offense, which you did, and which was successful. Do strategies change depending on who your personnel are? Are there some teams that are better suited for set offenses versus running? And if so, do you really have, any idea what kind of tempo you're going to have this year coming up?
Well, I really feel like we've certainly we've added some more athleticism on the perimeter, and I think we'll do the same things that we've done. I mean, we're very simple. We like the dribble drive, and we like to penetrate and kick, and we like to defend, and we like to score out of our defense, and I think we'll continue to do all of those things, certainly as we progress, in the program, and we hope to do those things this year. And I think, we always are going to adjust, depending on what we're doing well, and you know, there's some give and take there, but you know, we certainly look toward doing the same things that have gotten us where we are. We want to continue to do those things and do them well.
Saturday, good game, very competitive game, very physical game, and really liked the way our kids competed, and we thought we did a lot of really good things in all three phases of the game. You know, plus 3 turnovers, plus 4 penalties, time of possession, almost 41 minutes to 19-18 for Southeastern. Southeastern, we talked about last week, was averaging 90 plays a game. We actually ran close to 90. They ran closer to 60. You know, drives of 4 plays or less. Southeastern had 7 drives, so we got them off the field. They were only 3 of 12 on third down conversions, yet we were 8 of 17. So did some good things there, and did some really good things in our kicking game we were excited about. Obviously room for improvement, but all in all, excited about moving forward. We got Northwestern this week. We did a really good job last week against Nichols, 34-0 in Thibodeau. I thought they looked like they kind of settled in on some things after playing LSU and SMU. They kind of settled in defensively and what they wanted to do on offense, which was run the football and do play action. I thought they did a really good job of that. It's always tough to go to Natchitoches and play, and they're going to be up to play us as always, but I think our guys are really looking forward to it. We'll leave out of here Friday and go down there and play Saturday, but it's an excellent opportunity for us. It'll be another very competitive, very physical game. So, like I said, I think our guys are looking forward to it and looking forward to the challenge. Any questions?
Coach, you talked about the running game. It seemed like, just looking at the stats, it seems like there was more focus on establishing it. Would you say?
I think there was more focus on practicing it. You know, we went through a phase there where we were low on tight ends, very low, and low in some areas. And so during the open week and stuff, we decided to work some other things. We got the guys back, and I shouldn't say refocus, but reset it on what we did. I thought we ran the ball good in August camp, but you know, we worked on some other things in the open week, which I think have helped us. We worked on full wide stuff, and we made some good plays with our full wide packages. We worked out a lot in the open week. We worked a lot on tempo and up tempo and hurry up type stuff. We want to use it this year, and so you know, all in all, I wouldn't say that we were out of focus on it. I think that we went back to just practicing that once we got our guys back, and I think Harold and Josh helped us too.
Following that up, Matt, I mean, over the last, say, the games that you have right now, you and your staff is sitting, when you watch the tape and the reference to the running game, you're scratching your head in regards to the inside running or in general the running game, or was it simply what the other teams were doing to defend it, or were you perplexed by the inability to say, let's get the kind of touch the yardage you made?
I think actually it's been 3 games. It's been 3 different scenarios. I'll give Kansas the credit in the first game. I thought they stacked it, and we just quit running it. I did. I mean, I thought there were things in the passing game. The Sioux Falls game, we just didn't, you know, as far as getting 2 backs and a tight end, we didn't have 2 backs or a tight end. So, you know, in the preparation leading up to that, so we did what we could in that game. You know, and I'm not taking it for Sioux Falls. They did a good job. But we still had 450 yards offense and still won. So we did enough to get, but then this past week we got them back and felt like we would have to do more 2-back stuff, especially to close out games in the conference. We're going to continue to do what we're doing. We're going to be 50-50 and try to run and try to throw it, but what was important and what I was excited to see is that once we got the lead, we were able to just play power football, and we were able to do that. So I think in all the scenarios, Rick, just looking at it, they've all been different in terms of what we were doing.
You talked the week before about being able to play a whole game. This ended up being a whole game with kind of a turn of the tide there right after the half. Talk about just being able to maintain, not, you know, I thought the defensive stand where you didn't give up the touchdown, gave them the field goal, 24-20. From that point on, just going to talk about the team and what you're able to do from that point on.
Well, I agree with you. That was huge. And, you know, we talked to our players about special teams, and I think Alex alluded to it because I talked about it the other night. But the biggest play of the game, and I told our kids that Sunday, the biggest play of the game was we did nothing on offense for 2 series, and they scored 10 straight points. The biggest play of the game was a kickoff return to 50. You know, I mean, all the momentum was on their side, and then, you know, we had a short field, went in and scored. They went 3 and out, went in and scored, threw an interception, went back in and scored. Then all of a sudden it's, you know, it's whatever game. It's a 28-point, 27-point game all of a sudden, but I really saw the sideline get back in it on Javaris's kickoff return. Had some excellent blocks, and so, yeah, but I mean, I thought we were able to, I didn't think we were out of shape. You know, we had one kid, Darius, was cramping, but I didn't think we were out of shape by any stretch, but I was excited that we had a little lull there, I guess, and we just didn't make the plays I thought we could have made on offense. And then they made a couple of plays. I mean, that was a great throw and catch to Brandon Collins, and he's a good player. I mean, he's a 5-star recruit for a reason to Texas. You know, he's a pretty good player. He beat us and and stuff. But we just didn't get enough done offensively early in the second half, and we finally got back on.
Looking at this week, are you glad that you have something to go on where you see Northwestern clicking on all cylinders after 2 FBS games and sort of a slow start in their opener? I mean, you see fully their potential with what they did at Nichols.
Yeah, that's no question. I mean, because they had to put it all together, and yeah, I agree with you. It's we spent a lot of time watching that game. Most of the day Sunday watching that, but I agree that I mean they had to play in all 3 phases, and I said today in the conference call that Bradley's excited because every coach wants to put together that no turnover, low penalty, game that they put together, and I'm sure he's excited they did that.
Coach, talk about the quarterback situation. Obviously, it seems it's a week-to-week thing, but it seems like Cody's at least looking at the numbers, pulling away. Is there a perceived separation there? Or?
No, I think it's Cody's a starter. He's a guy, and we're going to continue to kind of build from there. But I don't necessarily see that. Actually, I thought Riley played pretty good the other night when he was in there. And, we used him in some different situations. We got down to which I'd planned on doing, even when it wasn't his turn. In 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, he has the ability to run it too, which to me opens up a whole lot more things, because now you're able to spread the ball and still run it and get some numbers out of the box, which you actually did down there on the goal line. And we actually got them to play all 4 guys man to man and got 7 of them in there. But when the quarterback can run it too, that's like having a less guy on defense. And so we plan on using him in some of those situations. Or maybe if we plan on using Riley in the situation, it becomes a 2-minute situation, we have to throw it, and we're going to put Cody in. So we're trying to really like both of them a lot. We're just trying to use them as best we think we can.